Alright, I guess y'all will have me second block. It's a crowd full in here. Alright, y'all are on the Dolphin team. Y'all met Miss Dare already, right? Alright, my room's 111, ELA 109, math, Miss Overton 112. Alright, did she go over schedule with y'all? She already went over schedule? Alright. No? She did?
I guess, yeah.
Alright. Alright. Right here is my remind. Everybody got remind? Are y'all familiar with remind in here?
We're gonna get it.
You gonna get it? Okay. That's my remind. Just text at CMS Gaddis 1 to 81010. Alright. My classwork stuff. 25% classwork, 25% quizzes, 50% for tests. Now, it's gonna, if y'all, well, hold on a second, let everybody come on. Y'all come on in. Hey, y'all come in, y'all close the door for me so I can, we're not like being interrupted out there. Alright, classwork 25%, quiz 25%, test 50%. There is no reason for anyone in here not to make 100 on every test. Alright? There's not. Because I give y'all guided notes. I give you, the test questions come from the review sheets that we have. Alright? So if you pay attention in class, you go along with it in class. And every once in a while, if you're good, I'll let you use your notes on the test. So there's no reason you shouldn't make 100 on it, every test. All right, so test assessments 50, quizzes 25, classwork 25%. But yeah, I use remind quite a bit. If you like a couple days before the test, I'll let you know, hey, there's a test coming up. Make sure they know this stuff. And then I always afterwards, you know, I don't go into specifics or anything, but I'll say, hey, I'm proud of them, they did good. Because most time, if you're doing like I said, they do good. So, we are starting out with science. I teach science and social studies. We're starting out with science, but these are my social studies. I've got the slides for it on the next one. Topics for 6th grade this year: continents, oceans, geography, study maps, compasses, Mesopotamia, ancient Egypt. Anybody in Mesopotamia, I do parody videos. If y'all want to go in Mr. Sean's history class, you can go look up a video of Mesopotamia. I'm all dressed up doing a parody song to Outcast Elevators from back in the day. So, yeah. So, with some of my former students, ancient Egypt, ancient India, ancient China, ancient Greek Empire, Roman Empire, ancient Greece, Mesoamerica. That's the things we will cover with social studies. Now, social studies won't start until after Christmas. We will start with science. Matter. Matter is the first topic, the first unit we'll go over with. We'll start with the first day with a assignment called What is Matter? I don't typically give homework, okay? If I do give homework, I give them time to do it in class. So, I mean, I know y'all are all like me, okay? Y'all got stuff going on at home too, you know what I mean? So, and it's hard, and sometimes it's hard to get to a whole, do what?
We say thanks.
Yeah. So, y'all are like me, like, you know, sometimes my daughter gets homework and it's hard to get to it. Especially when you've got jobs and all. So, I try to give them time to do their classwork in here or do their homework in here if I do give homework. We got energy waves, Earth systems, molecules, organisms, ecosystems. All right. This is, and now y'all can see some of this stuff. Attendance, follows North Carolina attendance law. Breakfast served each morning for students who eat breakfast around 7:40. All breakfast and lunch is free. You must get everything you need before you get sit down in the cafeteria, napkins, condiments, forks. Once you sit down, you will not be allowed to get back up. Afternoon procedures. 2:55 first bell. How many of you car riders? Just one? You, two?
In the morning I am.
Afternoon. Bus rider in the afternoon. Alright, so, you got bus riders first bell. Then you got car riders to be on the second bell, and then third bell is car riders, or bus riders again. So, car riders, if you're a car rider, you'll always be on the second bell. And you'll go right outside, and I'll be standing out there because we don't have, our planning period is third period, so we are the ones that go out to do the car riders every day, so. Be careful with your post if you get on social media, all right? Alright, I have one major rule. Alright, one major rule. If I am up here teaching, y'all are what? Quiet. You follow that, we'll be good. Alright? Because I'm up here teaching, that shows me what? Respect. Yes, that shows me respect. So if I'm up here teaching, I'm up here doing this, you're quiet. You're not talking to your buddy, you're doing all this other stuff. Alright, and that's one thing I will write you up for if I'm interrupted for that. So, anyway, these are major offenses, minor offenses, major offenses. If you would like to, for me to send you this, parents, okay, just tell me on email and I will copy and send it so y'all can see what the minors and the majors are. I'm not going to try to go over all these at one time because I don't have 10 minutes. Behavior matrix. Alright, be safe, workplace, safe travel, be respectful. Use your inside voice when you're coming down the hall. When you come into my classroom. Alright, when you come into my classroom, I expect you to sit down and be what? Quiet. Alright? I don't mind you talking a little bit before I start class, but we're not going to get to where we're so loud that I can't even think. Alright? Follow procedures for entering class, be on time for class, respect the privacy of others, keep facilities clean, no vandalism in the restrooms, hallways, alright? No horse playing, respect to others, space, belongings, all these things. This is our behavior matrix. I will go over these first day of school, okay, in more detail. I'm just kind of like going over giving y'all a presentation today about what you can expect. Alright, Tiger, it says Tiger Discipline, that's for what team I was on last year. I forgot to change it to Dolphins. Alright, warning, then you get an infraction. After second infraction, you will be assigned silent lunch. After third infraction, you'll receive a minor. So that's our thing. So, I think y'all all do good today. What you think?
It is now time to move to your third block.
Y'all go on. Y'all
Hopefully you picked up your yellow folder in the previous class. Hey! Still in the same spot. The kids get promoted, I'm almost done. Good morning. Thank you all for coming out. First of all, let me get started with that. Thank you for coming out. We do appreciate you guys always coming. Bringing the kids, walking through their schedules, helping relieve some anxieties and some tensions and those kinds of things. I know y'all just couldn't wait to get out on this beautiful day and get out here and do this. I have got a handout right here. I'm going to go ahead and start it kind of around. You guys just take one and pass it if you will. This just kind of goes through, honestly, what I'm about to go through on this PowerPoint so that you guys don't have to try to take notes and all that kind of stuff. So this will cover most everything in addition to the yellow folders that you picked up in your first block class, okay? But so that's just some more specific information about my class that's coming around right now. I'm Miss Ogren. I am your child's math teacher. I've been here at Crest longer than I won't even talk about. Long time. And I was just telling one parent that the kids get promoted, but I don't. I seem to stay right here. I've been in 6th grade math the entire 23 years that I have been here. But I've been here honestly because I love it. I love 6th grade math. I love 6th grade. I don't want to do anything else. So that's what keeps me here. Enough of that. So here's our daily schedule, which is again on that piece of paper that you guys are getting. But this is our daily schedule. I show you this just to say this, okay? If you have to schedule your kids' doctor's appointments, dentist appointments, whatever kind of appointments that you have to schedule it, and like I said, the schedule is on the sheet here that's coming around also, at least I think it is. Anyway, just please try to schedule it during their elective time, so after 1:30. Not that those classes are not important, because I'm a huge proponent of art and PE and all the other kinds of things that they do. But if you'll schedule it later in the day, then they're not using these tested subjects. Okay? So if you can schedule their appointments later in the day, that would help us out tremendously. And also, if you schedule later in the day, they're still kind of present. So just that's a little icing on the cake there. Remind, and I know this information is in there, this is how best to get information from me, like about tests, things like that. You guys will be block 3, so you will do this last one right here. I do keep them separate because occasionally we do get to a different point in different classes, that kind of thing. But your kids are block 3, so this would be the remind that you would join to get information from me about tests. I usually send that home for like picture day, so hopefully you won't be, shocked and surprised with picture days and things like that. Nothing better than waking up that morning and finding out that your kids got pictures that day and you didn't have time to do laundry or whatever. Okay, so email is probably the best way to contact me from you, because obviously I can get that at any time. You are free to call me, but my time to respond to phone calls obviously is a little limited. 1:30 to 2:55. At 2:55 I have to be out on the car lot. So either the car lot or in here, but I have duty that starts at 2:55. So honestly 1:30 to 2:30 would probably be even better. If you call me after that, leave a message, I will call you back. But like I said, email is just usually a lot faster, a lot quicker, because I can respond to that even if I'm sitting in a meeting or whatever. But can't really do that with phone calls. So you'll probably get a quicker response with email. And again, that information is also on that handout that you have. Supplies for me, pencils with erasers, cannot stress that enough. Because, we make mistakes. I encourage mistakes. I make a lot of them myself. So the erasers is a good thing. Loose leaf paper, I don't like the spiral binders with the tearing out and all that kind of stuff because it leaves a mess. But the loose leaf paper, the binders with the tab dividers, if your child has like a 1.5 inch binder, what that's going to do is that's going to allow me to take those tabs, and on the first couple of days of school, that always kind of falls on me as my chore to help the kids set up their binders. And so what I'll do is I'll have them take those tabs, we'll put them in there, organize it by their class, like whatever they have, first class, second class, third class, and we'll organize them in there, and that will let them in that 1.5 inch binder have everything that they need for math, language arts, science, everything right there together. So that's the whole deal with the binder and the tab dividers. 2 pocket folder, there's some over there in that basket right there behind you. You'll hold one up for me, I would appreciate it. You didn't know you was going to be Vanna today, did you? Okay, so the 2 pocket vinyl folders, we use those every single day. That's kind of where they put their unfinished work every day for me, so that they can then start back on it the very next day. But the 2 pocket black vinyl folders, if you can pick up some of those, that will stay in the classroom, which is why that's not got the little star beside of it. the pocket folders, and then earbuds. They will need actually 2 sets of earbuds, one for math, one for language arts. We use those a lot, not every day, but a lot because our new program is iReady. And the iReady program, they have to have earbuds, obviously, to hear it. It's just those cheap earbuds. We don't need the expensive ones. We just need the little cheap ones that plugs into their Chromebook. You know, those will be kept in the classroom and they'll be passed out to them on the days that they need them. Anything else, these 3 things, however, your student will be required to bring to class every day with them. That's part of their being responsible and being prepared. Math books don't come home. I know, I'm not liking that either. They do have a math book, but they don't come home. So when I tell them to study for tests, it will be their notes and also their spiral reviews and their warm-ups, which they will have in their binder, which is another reason why I want them to have that binder, is because in that binder, they will have their math notes. That goes back and forth from home to school every day, even when the math book can't. These are some things that we go over in math this year. We do a lot, and we actually start, our very first unit actually starts with geometry. Not my favorite thing to start with, but that's what we start with. So we start with geometry, which is area, surface area, volume. That's where we start. So we dive straight in. You know, there's not any candy coating on that one. Again, my expectations are just like the schools. This is the school matrix, and I will go over this with much more detail with your students in the first couple of days of school. But being safe, being respectful, being responsible, we assume that 11, 12-year-olds know what being safe is. They do not. They will horseplay and be acting and cutting a fool, and you'll fuss at them about doing it, and I wouldn't do anything. Well, you about put an eye out. It's not being safe. So we will go through this with much more detail in the first few days of school with what that means. And I know that your kids are going to be perfect anyway, so we won't have to worry about that. This is what we do every day in class. A warm-up. They take notes. We use technology occasionally. Their grades, again, this is on that sheet. Classwork is 30%. Their independent work is 20. Quizzes and tests are 50. Okay, 50. You will know when a test is coming, and so will they. I don't do pop tests. I don't do pop quizzes. I hated when teachers did me that way. So I tell them what I want them to know, when I want them to know it, and all that kind of stuff. I'm not about, I gotcha. I want them to learn things, not be caught off guard. Google Classroom is where I put their assignments every day, so I will have them listed there. If your student's absent, have them check their Google Classroom. Most of the elementary schools use Google Classroom, which is why I continue that platform, is because they are familiar with it. So check that first if they are absent, because their assignments will be posted there. Chromebooks stay here, they do not come home. We just found out with 6th graders that was best. Guys, girls, don't put stickers and all those kinds of things on your Chromebook. Don't be decorating them and all that, because they will charge you for it, okay? They consider that to be damaging to the Chromebooks. I guess if you were the person that was here having to scrape all that off this summer, you could have considered that too. Cell phones. I know y'all been hearing probably a lot about the cell phone laws and things like that in the media and that kind of thing. We're still following the same policy here at Crest Middle School. In your book bags, turned off. Okay, not a problem. We hear it, we see it, problem. So if we hear it or we see it, we take it. Okay, don't let us see it, don't let us hear it. If you're coming through the little things in the morning and they see it in your book bag, that is not an issue as long as it's off. They're not going to be, I caught you. Okay, as long as it's in there, you're good. But don't let us see it or hear it. If we take it, parents, it will be in the office, locked up in the vault. You can pick it up that afternoon. If it becomes a problem, then administration will deal with it. That's out of my pay grade. Here's your orientation task. So when you leave me, you'll need to go to the cafeteria. Take care of any technology fees that you want to today. You can pay that now. Check the buses. Make sure that your child knows what bus they're riding if they're riding a bus. Clubs, athletics, check on that, because 6th graders can now do that. And then I've got Power School, but obviously y'all know it has now changed. So make sure that you can access our new program for the grades and things like that. And there is somebody in the cafeteria set up to help you with that as well. Anybody got any questions? Okay. I promise I will not go through things this fast with your kids. Not most days. Not most days anyway. Okay. Again, glad y'all came. If you have any questions, feel free.